Hey, you know what I've learned through all of these videos that I've posted on this channel? All of the situations that have led me to post these videos, just thing after thing after thing arising just throughout my life. Trying to make sense of it. Trying to get to the bottom of why this played out like it did. What could I have done differently? Even after I've made sense of the situation, I'm like, really doesn't make any sense. It's led me back to, well, a few things, but one thing in particular that I'm going to talk about in this video today. Some people just want to see you squirm. Ain't no appeasing them. Some people just want to see you dance and just squirm, sit in the hot seat. My name's Ayin Kilimanjaro, that is. That's the topic we're going to be discussing on today's video. Really don't think I have to even take it any further. But I'm thinking about how people just want to see you squirm. It's not about respect or having them respect you. You're wasting your breath. There's no need in dancing to their tune. That's why we talk about having control over your emotions, being slow to react, being slow to be called out. It's not about trying to establish any bond between the two. I don't know if you remember this. One of my older videos, I mentioned how I put this to the test with at least two people. Three, now that I'm sitting up thinking about, but really two that I really put this to the test with. No matter what I'd done or said through all of their previous advice of situations that were similar, when I would come back and give them whatever it is that, went down, they were always on the opposing side. It was always opposite. It was always, and you could hear it in their voice of them just essentially rejoicing and just kind of hearing whatever it is that I'm going through, and that they are appearing to have the answers. Some people just want to see you squirm. It's not even necessarily about helping you. Because if you were helping somebody, think about it. I've said this in other channel. Other videos. If you were really interested in helping somebody, how would you help them? Wouldn't you help them the way that you'd want to be helped? Or would you want to kick them when they were down? I remember using this analogy in an older video. How would you like to be approached if you just fell and you landed on your back? Would you want somebody coming over there, kicking you with the right foot? Man, get up. It wasn't that bad, man. Come on, I done fell harder. Get on up. Get on up. Would you want them coming over kicking you? Or would you rather prefer a gentle embrace up under perhaps both of your arms? Hey, you all right? Want me to help you stand up? How would you embrace somebody and fall? Would you shower them with, should have been watching where you were going? Do you think a person really wants to hear that as they're laying on their back on the ground? You don't know how detrimental this may be. I'm going to go back to something I said earlier when I said I could just hear it in their voice with them just like almost rejoicing. One of the things that had solidified my thinking on that down the road when things had come up and it was stuff that I addressed, not only did they not have an answer up for them, but me calling them out in some of those situations, they were just speechless. Because what I think was going on when they were doing these certain things, and I've always noticed it, it was just like, you thought that you were slick in your dealings with it. You didn't think it was going to ever be called out. You didn't think I saw what you were doing. So as I, relaying these situations back to you, and I'm like, you know what? And there would be real things that have occurred. And I'm like, I'm going to try it this way, just like how what they were saying. They were still making a mockery of it. It was funny. And like I said, it had gotten to the point, that's the reason why I talk about how relationships can really become bitter and how you have to always come back and reevaluate them, because this sourness sets in and it's just no getting it right if both parties don't want to get it right. And it had just really gotten to a point to where it was just like, they were more so, I said this, one person called it thinking that they were being straightforward, But it was just getting to be more cruel and crude and brash in the words that they were saying, to where it was a mockery. And I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? Haven't I known you X amount of years? Then after I thought about it, like I stated earlier, when I would try to do whatever the situation was that had warranted their advice, or trying to take their advice collectively and apply it and do it to certain things, it was still wrong. Not that it was looking for some sort of approval, it was looking for a good way to handle the situation, and you're thinking that these people that are close to you, giving you this stuff, this advice, you would like to think somebody in your circle would want the best for you. But it's not always the case with the people that you have up around you. And some people just want to see you squirm. This is the reason why I led a lot of my earlier videos in talking about how to get your head right with yourself. Not worried about seeking anybody's approval. That's not what it was doing. It was really, I was raised with the family that is open and talking about, that talks about things, readily transparent. So naturally, I would encompass those type of relationships. And it would be the way that I would be. That's the reason why in one of the other videos that I hadn't released it as of yet, talked about relationships, when I'm talking about having friendships or what have you, they really shouldn't be that complicated. If you're transparent in your dealings of what you're trying to do with the other person. First of all, you got to know on what you're looking for, what you're trying to do. That's where it gets all muddy. Especially when you're out here, you're deceiving people. You're playing like something that you're not. And then all these things start to come to the surface the longer that you get to know these people. I forgot what the topic of this video is. Oh, some people want to see you squirm. That was my point in talking about that with some people. That's the reason why I state that friends take years to develop. I can't just meet you in the workplace. We have a few brief encounters and I'm like, we're friends for life. I don't know you. I can't meet you in a coffee shop and just because we kicked a couple of jokes back and forth, now all of a sudden we're going out on Saturdays. I don't know you. I don't care how friendly you are that I'm talking to you in the grocery line and we really seem like we're having a blast while we're sitting here to be next before going up to this kiosk. We're not friends. I don't know you. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of ebb and flow. It takes time to develop these relationships. And through all of these molehills and mountains and ups and downs that I've had up with people, I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about people. I know what I'm willing to tolerate and some of the things that, you just got to move on. It's not about proving yourself or trying to prove how far you'll go out to be there for people. It's not about that. People that's really trying to be there for you, they'll be there for you. They won't have you going out on a limb like that. That's what brings it back to the topic of this video. Somebody really cared about you, they really want to see you squirm, be in the hot seat. I'm done with this video. If you have any questions, send them to my Gmail, aim.kilimanjaro@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer your question in a video. Stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. I'm Aim. You have a good one.